Alright, let's get this bread. Some goddess finally snaps at humanity's brutal KD against the planet and slams down a new patch, Dungeons. This update basically flipped the world on its head, monsters crashed in, and a crazy new level-up system was born. Then this random blonde shows up on our scene with Kai, grinning like they're best friends. He's like, yo, you've been grinding too, right? Because I'm an explorer now. But then boom, my guy flips the script and absolutely nails him with, for a level 0 like you, that's impossible. Oof, savage. Ever since Dungeons showed up, the whole world's been screaming, survive or get crushed. And yeah, it's basically the strong eating the weak, with our guy right there at the bottom, fighting to stay alive as the weakest. The entire class flips out the moment they hear he's chasing a life as an explorer. That blonde menace, the obvious main hater, just bursts into non-stop laughter like he's having the time of his life. He's like, bro, you're rank F with 0 potential. How are you even walking into a dungeon? Our MC just swallows it all thinking, I've been laughed at my whole life, all because I'm level 0. He bolted out of that trashy year and slipped into this fancy high school, only to find out the real menace, Hinata, is right here again, still screaming that he's the eternal level 0, some things never change. Right then, a blimp tore through the sky and blared out the Explorer rankings like it was breaking news. Our boy knows the truth, he's got 0 chance. The top 100 explorers are basically legend-born heroes, and in a world crawling with monsters and death, nobody's linking up with a level 0 liability. Suddenly, the entire schoolyard drops into an eerie hush. An S-rank certified waifu just rolled up, and guess what, her name is Hinata too. Yeah, the simps are losing their minds. Turns out she's the Op Camu clan leader's daughter, and somehow she's already on the student council, like total goddess tier. Our main character is sitting right behind her in class, completely frozen in awe, like he can't believe she's right there. She can practically feel every set of eyes locked on her. Yeah, and I bet our boys are in that crowd too. Then the teacher calls for introductions, and the same hater from before jumps up, yelling, I'm Suzuki Hinaga, bro, chill. Our MC Kai goes next, and the second he says he's from Karen Middle School, he brightens up and promises he gets along with everyone, then drops the crazy bomb that he shares the same last name as the S-rank girl, and the coincidence is straight up unreal. Later, Kai finally barges into his brand new dorm, ready to start fresh. The dorm supervisor, one strict sandstorm of a man, greets him, then shoves the rulebook right into his hands. He glances at his schedule and freezes, because the welcome meeting for new residents is happening right now. The cafeteria is buzzing, some students are practically vibrating with excitement. One guy pitches forming a squad because they're all sitting at the same rank. Honestly, it sounds like a genius move, doesn't it? Then it's our boy's time. He steps up, introduces himself, and boom, he calls me F rank, and the whole vibe instantly crashes to silence. He's so mortified he blurts out, I have 0 clue how I even got accepted into this elite academy. Someone asks if his gloves are hiding a secret power. Nope, turns out he's not masked at all, he's just actually an F rank. Here's the quick rundown of the power system. Everyone's potential is stamped from F all the way up to S the moment they're born. His brand new friends huddle around him and fire up his spirit, insisting that talent isn't everything, and that even an F rank can still grow into something terrifyingly strong. Sure, anyone can level up if they grind hard, except these guys act like they've never even heard of an F rank pulling it off. So yeah, thanks for the killer motivation. Then they start showing off. One's level 5, the other's level 4, and the difference is loud as a roar. Our boy just slumps there, crushed by reality. He's not even F rank, he's level 0, the absolute lowest of the low. He's hit with a text from his adorable little sister, asking him what the new school is like. This is what drives him. He wants to be an explorer, rake in the cash for his family, and right now it looks like he's a complete failure, but he won't quit. Suddenly he's got full protagonist energy. What if I'm level 0? If I swing at these monsters and win, I'll level up. He charges into the closest beginner dungeon, E117, and starts grinding right away. The dorm mom hands him a map and flat out warns him, don't you get yourself killed. Honestly, it's solid advice. He rockets to the dungeon reception desk, then freezes, because there's not a single soul there. Out of nowhere, a clumsy receptionist suddenly bursts into the scene. She's completely rattled, bolts to the back to grab his license, and leaves him standing there by himself. He spots an evaluation crystal, and bam, a brutal PTSD flashback detonates in his head. He still remembers his assessment, that crystal-turned jet block, clear as day. Black swallows every color, and that emptiness spells 0 potential. So yeah, 0 talent. That's how they slapped him with the brand level 0. He's spiraling out of control, drowning in why me, as the whole world he trusted turns on him. The receptionist finally swings back with the box, and our boy is already gone. That's because a freaky monster is yanking him straight into the shadow realm right this second. My man is plunging through a pitch-black abyss, convinced he's literally dropping straight into hell. He drops into a creepy-ass forest, and just like that, he's totally lost. Then bam, a system notification snaps onto your screen because those brutal hardships unlock the skill dungeon info. Wait, what? And just like that, you're stacking new skills from all the pain you've survived, because this guy's seriously collecting powers just for landing in the funniest way possible. Notifications start bombarding him, then his body kicks in with a ruthless resistance to foreign objects. And the fight against abnormal states hits like a truck, pain screaming nonstop, but the results are absolutely real. The moment the skill hits, it instantly upgrades into pure resistance to state changes. Then it keeps leveling up from pretty good to insanely good until it straight up grants immunity to abnormal states, because this guy just hit the RNG jackpot. And we finally get a peek at his new status screen, every broken passive skill he just unlocked from that brutal bad trip. Being level 0 just unlocked a sneaky secret cheat code. Roski snaps awake, eyes huge with confusion, and swears he's in my room. Oh, thank goodness it wasn't some nightmare. My dude seriously thought he was minutes from a permadeath screen after faceplanting in that dungeon. And yeah, he's like, what a relief. But come on, he was literally one step away from straight-up game over. He starts fumbling over how long he's been gone when bam, an unhinged system window pops up, and the universe basically goes, yeah, you got wrecked by the law, here's a skill list as your nice try prize. And somehow he gets a whole menu of fresh stats just for almost dying. Now that's a serious glow-up. He dives into his fresh loot and instantly realizes the game, giving him environment exploration, an easy minimap bro, like a straight-up cheat code, but he's still messing with settings because he has no clue what mobs are lurking around the corner, or whether this place is even safe. And just like that, bam, another pop-up, night vision unlocked after everything he's been through. My guy's got tactical goggles now, lighting up the whole forest like it's day, and he's still trapped in a death trap. His gamer instincts screamed, guiding him straight to a tiny pond. And my guy is down bad for H2O. He's got hunger resistance, but thirst still wrecks him Elmo. He's out here celebrating like he just snagged the last slice of pizza. He scoops it up, squints at the water like, this looks kinda sus, but his thirst roars louder than his doubts, so he shrugs, goes full YOLO, and drinks anyway. He blurts it out and instantly regrets it, because that's not water, it's straight-up goblin sewer juice, and the taste is so disgusting it makes his face go full cringe, my guy. Then a system alert shrieks danger, and his vitality recovery skill suddenly gets a massive jump to a high level. My guy is speedrunning passive buffs by chugging poison, and honestly, what a chat. Out of nowhere, the water turns into a weapon and goes after him. Yeah, this isn't poison, it's straight-up aggressive bait, and my guy finally realizes the entire pond is a trap. Sweat pours down his face as he realizes his altered state immunity is the only thing keeping him from fully melting. So yeah, rule number 1, never drink the dungeon water again. So he keeps pushing deeper into the woods, desperate to claw his way out of this nightmare. He's getting completely smoked, gasping for air, and freaking out about where the exit could possibly be. Suddenly, his spidey senses start screaming. Something massive is lurking nearby, and his face flips straight into full-blown panic. A monster, come on, Sherlock. And it's not some random monster. It's a full-on T-Rex straight from hell, and it's absolutely massive. Our boy is completely rattled. There's no way this is real, right? Come on, the RNG gods are straight up against you today. He's struggling through it, panicking like, wait, aren't you supposed to face trash dear goblin first? Notham just goes, nope, this dungeon's locked on nightmare mode. He tries to play it cool, crouching behind a rock like a full-on ninja, but the monsters have wall hacks, lock onto him instantly, and boom, he's totally busted. Ali, it's time to run for your life. He's screaming, panicking, and making a total mess of himself. Not exactly the best look for our MC. The beast is right on his heels, and the system basically screams, yeah, he danger. Like, yeah, thanks, Captain Obvious. But listen, pure terror hits so hard it dials his speed boost down to medium, and somehow the fear makes him move even quicker. This is cowardice-powered acceleration, and yeah, the task just failed successfully. But that dino demon is still right in front of him, ready to clamp down and chomp him the second he slips. Our boy is straight up losing his mind. He digs in harder and bam, speed boost spikes high, then bam again, and the speed boost blasts all the way to very high. My man's basically tearing through the sound barrier on nothing but pure terror. With one last shove, he rockets into hyperspeed, then breaks free, convinced he's finally safe like he really escaped. Oh, sweet summer child. He stops somewhere deeper in the forest, wheezing for air, only to realize no matter how fast he runs, this maze won't let him out. And who's standing there grinning like they own the world for him? His brand new best friend, the giant murder lizard. The look on his face screams pure defeat. The camera slams in on those dead, starving eyes, and it's straight up terrifying. And there he is, gasping hard, out of options, seconds away from becoming Dino Chow. So our boy's pumping himself up, staring at this absolute unit of a T-Rex like it's about to judge him. He's like, okay, if I yank this thing out, I might unlock brand new skills, and I can handle it before I hit the panic button. No way, this can't be real. I'm done for, I'm gonna die. The dino freak lunges at him, and my guy slams the anime dash to vanish just in time. He barely slips the bite, but the very next attack launches him flying like a cannonball. He's sprawled on the ground, gasping like he ran from the end of the world. Bro, I swear I've already burned through everything, and my stamina bar is flashing red as he wheezes. Right when he's seconds from becoming Monster Chow, the system suddenly blares, asterisk skill acquired. You've gained endurance increase asterisk from danger. Dude gets a power-up for getting wrecked, and his eyes light up like, all right, maybe I can actually outrun this thing now. He jolts up and freezes because the monster's not attacking anymore. Wait, what's going on? Is it exhausted or did something shift? Right then he spots it. He's standing beside the lake of deadly poison, close enough to feel the danger. 500 IQ lightbulb sparks to life in his mind, and he grabs a mouthful of that spicy forbidden water. The monster just locks eyes on him like, what kind of clown strolls in like this? Our boy whips back and brutally flings the poison straight into its face. Take this, he screams. I bet you're terrified of this poisonous water, he roars, betting his life on a wild guess like it's the only chance he's got. Holy smokes, it's actually working. That poison water starts melting the monster's face off, piece by piece. The beast screams like it's dying as sketchy lake water absolutely destroys it. With the monster finally crumpled, our MC freezes and remembers a rule from the beginner's manual. Right after you think you've won, you'd better watch your back. He stares at the giant skeleton it left behind and goes, I wonder if these bones are worth anything. And wouldn't you know it, this system practically hands him the win, rewarding his genius instantly by slapping the monster dissection skill right into his hands on the spot. Seriously, his RNG is straight up cracked. He spots it flashing in his active skills list. Alright then, time to dissect monsters. He strikes a pose like he's about to drop the hottest album of the year. The monster's body crumples in an instant, then drops its loot in a neat, perfectly stacked pile like it planned it all along. Whoa, just look at all those materials. He stares at that mountain of bones and skin like it's staring back. And then boom, he stumbles on a magic stone the size of a boulder. Wait, tell me that isn't ridiculously too big. Then reality slams me in the face. Okay, but how the heck am I supposed to carry all this? And then he starts wishing he just had a magic backpack or something, anything that could fix this chaos. And the system pulls its tricks again. Boom, you've unlocked dimensional storage just for a solid idea. Bro, this is getting unreal. He's juiced. Perfect. He double-checks his fresh inventory and freezes. Every single item is already tucked away. 380 bones, 100 skins, and one hulking magic stone. He realizes he can stash and summon things just by thinking. Then he blurts, yo, this is insanely useful, and pulls out a giant bone on a whim, laughing for fun. He tries to stash the poison water, but the game flashes an error message in his face, so he shrugs and mutters, guess I can't store liquids, then keeps charging ahead. He pauses and stares back at the ruins of the beast he just crushed. Truly feel a monster closing in. He took down that massive opponent, solo, like it was nothing. Then the brutal truth hits him like a punch. No matter what you multiply it by, 0 stays 0. After that killer win and all those fresh skills, he still doesn't level up, stuck at level 0. So yeah, big F in the chat for our buy. So my guy is face to face with this rabbit-looking monster, and he's just like, again. He has to slip past them, but the next second, those fluffy death machines explode into motion, and a whole mob of them rockets straight at him. Bro, it's a trap, this whole place is crawling with them, and just like that, my guy gets hit with a pop-up. Skills, trap invalidation, trap detection unlocked. The system straight up said, yeah, you're gonna need this. He darts away from a demon bunny, but the shock hits him hard. He's like, wait, seriously, compared to that last boss, this thing's moving like it's crawling. With his speed increased transcendence ability, their strikes and his moves suddenly crawl in slow motion, like he just flipped reality to easy mode on the spot. He spots his opening and wastes no time. He's ready to throw down. All right. He cranks up for a punch, but those rabbits just boost his dude's speed so much, he can't land a clean hit, not even close. He just snaps, spamming punches like a total maniac, yelling take this and take that nonstop. Whoa, he finally lands a clean right hook. And bam, another skill just popped open as his bare hands got tougher with every hit, like he was leveling up mid-fight right there with his fists. He's locked in and hyped, he's screaming, ITS coming, like I've been waiting forever, and my boy's out here grinding skills just by throwing down. The system dings again, and this time his bare fists level up into real, full-on martial arts. In the blink of an eye, he goes from nobody to straight-up Bruce Lee. And the notifications won't stop. Fear resistance, pressure resistance enhancement, emergency evasion. He's basically a walking cheat code now, like his body moves on its own. Even so, he can't stop thinking. If he's barely scraping by against these low-tier mobs, then a real party is going to be stuck carrying him. If he wants to not become dead weight, he's got to grind hard and snatch up every skill he can get his hands on. He blasts his voice up to the sky. Work your tail off and the reward will hit. Seriously, my guy's deep in that main character monologue grind set. After all that chaos, he finally checks his stash. Meat for days, bones stacked high, skin piled up, and a mountain of magic stones. For now, he's deciding to do one thing: stay alive, grab every last material he can, and cash out big so he can get the heck out of there. Then it hits, sunlight blazing ahead, the exit right there, his first monster looming, his first dungeon unfolding, and it all crashes into him at once. It was the first time, and man, he was so hyped he couldn't even finish the sentence. He stumbles back into the guild reception like he just wrestled a bear, and the receptionist can only stare, like, what on earth crawled out of that dungeon? He strides up to the desk, and the girl lets out a blood-curdling scream. She totally loses it, stumbles backward out of her chair, and blurts out, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Hey, could you announce yourself when you come in?" While my guy awkwardly blurts an apology for freaking her out. She snaps into it. "Wait, aren't you the student from yesterday?" She demands, clocking his question. He's frozen in shock. One whole day has gone by, and he can't even wrap his head around how he ended up unconscious in a place like that, only barely alive to realize it. The receptionist grills him for an explorer's license. Then the second he says no, she snaps into business mode and tries to upsell him one fast. He yanks out this fancy box, then orders him, "Hand goes in right now." The instant he makes contact, black smoke explodes out, and the girls immediately lose it. He only smirks and goes, "Yeah, that's me, I've been level 0 since birth." The receptionist freezes, stammering level 0, and my boy blurts out a panicked apology like, "Sorry for the whole scene." She finally snaps into focus and congratulates him. "You're officially a full-fledged explorer now." He's practically floating, already dreaming up how he'll finally help with the bills and spoil his sister with the nicest stuff. So hyped he blurts out, "Yay." On the giant citywide ranking screen, a massive announcement blasts across. Somehow, a brand new explorer named Name has stolen the #1 spot. Our boy spots the news, clueless to the core that it's him, and he's like, "First place, that's awesome." Then he fantasizes, "Someday I'll land in the rankings too, bro, you are the rankings." But then this mysterious figure suddenly shows up, and the entire world is about to get turned upside down. No one had the faintest clue what was about to hit them. And just like that, this level 0 Chad legend ignites, because the wildest part is, my boy has zero clue he's about to shatter the entire game. Alright, so our boy Hinata, the legendary level 0, rank forgotten scrub, somehow cleared a beginner's dungeon, and now he's out here trying to cash in that loot like it's payday. He slams his massive prize on the counter, a rank X magic stone, then the machine just flat out refuses to take it like, "Nah fam, can't read this," and our boy is completely rattled. He slams through every other drop, odd skins, spooky bones, you name it, and each time the machine spits the exact same error, basically screaming that his loot is wrecked here and won't scan. He convinces himself the machine's just crapped out, but the moment reality hits, all he's left with are these plain, no-frills magic stones. He squints at one of those tiny stones like it's priceless. Then bam, he realizes he just nailed a 300,000 yen payday off some RNG, trash, mob drop. His jaw drops when he spots the rabbit dumping this insane amount of cash. There's a whole stack of it, yet he forces himself to act chill, because a high school kid suddenly rolling in money feels way too sus. Keeping his secret wealth on the down low is a brutal grind. This emotional roller coaster has my guy absolutely drained. He storms back to what looks like his dorm, and right away, a total sand-type troublemaker clocks him. Right after school kicks off, she catches him pulling an all-nighter in the dungeon and calls him a mischievous little menace. Then he bows, face red, and apologizes like he's completely down bad. He asks if she really buys his wild story, and she just smiles like, "Of course, sweetheart, just don't go getting yourself unalived. Top-tier waifu, no debate." Then my guy glances down and freezes. There's dungeon grime all over him. She just shrugs and goes, "Yeah, and trust me, you look like you wrestled a goblin." She punches him with those "Congratulations, Explorer Suzuki and my boy." Then his face ignites like fireworks, because for the first time, he's finally getting the recognition he's been chasing. He's so hyped he slams into a full 90-degree bow. This guy is begging for praise. So he storms straight into the laundry room, scrubbing hard to wash away every trace of his grind. He's still replaying Mrs. Sano's smile in his head when this random girl spots a huge stain on his clothes and blurts out, "So you're back from a dungeon run." She tells him, "I'm Fujii," and tries to steady his nerves, until he admits he hit E-rank Dungeon 117, the total beginner zone. But she's genuinely impressed. Most folks just dive straight into Deer Inc., and our boy's stuck mumbling about how he was forced into it, yet he still managed to crawl out alive. She loses it the second she hears he's going solo, shouting that it's dangerous, then swings right back and offers to team up with him next time, because here comes a fresh new waifu right on cue. Our MC honestly thinks she's being a nice person, but she totally misses every single signal. Meanwhile, her bro is so dense it's painful. The bell blasts the day to close, but before he can bounce, some wannabe, Chad, steps in and tags him with the dreaded, humiliating title of Level 0. Kai shows up and orders him to roll with him, and our boy, somehow, just goes along like it's nothing. "Bro, where's your spine?" Turns out this Kai guy is the same bully from his old high school days, the very guy who planted all his trauma and never let him go. But hold up, after he got those new passive skills, fear resistance and bullying resistance, my man feels nothing at all, and the glow up, yeah, it's absolutely real. The bully cranks up his usual intimidation routine, but it falls flat. Our MC just stands there, totally unbothered, lost in his own grind. So the bully snaps with rage, swings a punch and screams, "Let's get started." But our newly buffed MC throws punches that slow the whole world down like, "Wait, is this real?" He slips out of the way like it's nothing, and the bully instantly snaps and loses control. He swings again, and our guy finally clocks it. Those dungeon rabbits pack harder hits than this clown ever could. What a joke. He spots his opening and fires back. Yeah, it's payback time, baby. He draws back, ready to explode with pure fury, and drives in a crushing blow that makes the bully stumble backward. Suddenly, the whole place turns ice cold, and a fresh challenger drops in, Ice Queen Camusin, ordering them to knock it off, and boom, my guy even unlocks a brand new skill, cold resistance, just from her passive aura. The bully Kai drops his bravado, tucks his tail, and bolts, screaming empty threats at the top of his lungs. Then a background character chimes in that Kai ranks in the top 10 Raptors, making our boys win feel even more unreal. Our MC, the ever-gentleman, spins around and bows to the Ice Princess, like he's got to thank her for that save. But she hits him with the iciest death stare you've ever seen. He's totally lost, staring at the mess like, "Should I've apologized? Bro's got zero clue what to do next." And then bam, she launches a brutal wave of ice straight at him and smashes him with it. He's getting wrecked left and right, but he just eats the damage, and the second it happens, he unlocks freezing resistance like it's nothing, stacking resistances like they're rare Pokemon cards. He finally gets it. Without this new skill, he'd be frozen solid like an ice pop right now, and that attack wasn't playing around. He's still scratching his head, trying to figure out why that Esther waifu is hellbent on turning him into a literal popsicle. His teeth chatter nonstop, and he can already feel the brutal cold creeping in. There's no room for frostbite yet. He's got a dip to get through first. He's got zero idea what her angle is, but he refuses to stand there and get turned into a human sacrifice, so he bolts, no delay. He decides he can't just run anymore. He's gotta strike back. "Come on, MC, let's go." He closes the gap in a blink, poised to strike back. The second he closes the distance, she crumples into tears, gasping out apologies like her whole world just collapsed. What a ruthless plot twist. Our girl drops to the ground, sobbing so hard she can barely breathe, and she's terrified beyond words. My guy's brain completely blue screens from sheer shock. Tears stream down her face as she tilts her chin up at him, convinced, utterly convinced, that he's some kind of monster. Then bam, there's a quick flashback from some random witness who caught everything, and they're dead sure our MC is secretly op, hiding his real power from the whole world. This girl was panicking like crazy, convinced the bully was about to get absolutely wiped out for messing with a hidden boss. Turns out she was so terrified of the bully that her fear cracked through. She accidentally triggered her S-rank power, blessing of the ice god. If she stops focusing, her power spills out a lethal cold aura, and without meaning to, she blasted everyone with it. From her view, our guy ate her S-rank blast like it was air, then stared back at her like she was the enemy, and that hit her with pure panic. She was truly terrified, like a level 0 nobody was seconds away from destroying her entire career. She was in full panic mode, completely clueless on how to calm down the mess she just caused. Right now, our dense MC is racking her brain, straight up asking if she was scared of the bully, like, bruh. She tries to blurt out what's happening with her uncontrollable power, but she keeps apologizing like it's her fault, because she thought he was defending her, only to realize he was just fighting for himself, and yeah, it's an absolute mess. He yanks out a handkerchief like a full-on Chad, then offers it to her. He wipes her tears so gently she can't hide it. Her cheeks go bright red, and the romance alarm starts blaring. He's locked in on the task in front of him, totally unaware of everything happening around him. He's still choking on guilt, stammering through an offer to make it up to her. She thanks him and tells him, if anything hits the fan, I'll do literally anything for you, anything. My guy, don't you dare fumble this. She's going all in, telling him she'll use her S-rank power to help him, and all he can think is, why is this insanely hot girl being nice to me? Bro, read the room. She tilts her head up, eyes wide, and blurts out, really? And he just nods, like a blank check, signing the deal without even realizing what he agreed to. And she's like, bet, can I get a favor? It's a request from the Ice Queen herself, cliffhanger no jutsu. And now, quick peek at the stat sheet. My boy scored cold resistance and freezing resistance from that little encounter, stacking it on top of his already broken pile of passive skills. This guy's turning into a full-on walking tank, and nobody has the faintest clue yet. So Homegirl S about to school our boy on how not to be a full-on scrub, because if you make a girl cry, you better step up, apologize loud and proud, and make good on every single wish, and the Ice Queen just stares back and silently nods like, yep, that's the ancient waifu code. Our MC says that simple-hearted bless is like bait, then swears he'll do anything for Camuson, because the dude is asterisk down bad in full blaze. So they start walking side by side, and my man's brain goes into full-on overdrive. He's thinking, man, this S-rank protection from the ice god is brutal, mess up even a little and you'll freeze solid. While he worries about the danger, she's locked in like, I can't let my face move or my own op powers will go wild. And yeah, both of them are spiraling into overthinking so hard it's ridiculous. Our boy goes, I'm dipping, see you soon. And she's like, aw, because even the mighty Kaikomi is out here admitting she's scared of that Kaikun guy. Then she snaps back in like a Respond NPC, yelling, you don't get to let a girl walk home alone. You watch her all the way to the end, idiot. But it's over, Ice Princess is already striding off, and my dude's just standing there, all stunned and helpless, like a damn lemon. He instantly spirals into a full-on existential meltdown while chewing his food, panicking like, what's the right move here? And the worst part is, I've never even talked to a girl except my sister. Bro, yeah, we can tell. Suddenly, another girl pops into Fujii-kun's world, except she's sliding into his lunch table, not his DMs. She grins and goes, yo, can I sit here? Then this girl goes and devours a whole mountain of food like it's nothing, while our MC just stares, totally stunned, trying to figure out where she's even hiding it all. He's rocking those adorable chipmunk cheeks, and honestly, how is that not cute? She calls him out, so you really think I'm some little animal, huh? And inside his head he goes, yeah, a cute puppy you just want to protect. Like, bro, quit overthinking and say it out loud. He punches it into a new gear and asks if she's got any worries, and she's like, no, but then she clock stops him, because he looks like he's holding back the whole juicy mess. So he starts whining that girls are impossibly complicated, and that he practically let Camille walk home alone. Then by accident, he blurts out his sister's advice. You should go with her all the way to the end, and Fujii just loses it, bursting into loud laughter. She hits him with hard truth. That's just your sister's take. The real question is whether the girl wants you to walk with her or not. That hits so hard it basically short-circuits our boy's brain. He panics, convinced Kamui would never want him hanging around, and it's just a brutal misunderstanding. Fujii makes it sound easy, so just ask, my dude. Want me to walk with you? It's not rocket science. Still, our boy is rattled because he's just realized a woman's heart is basically a crazy RNG system, and yeah, his sister already tried to warn him. Fujii cracks a joke about her and his sister being besties, and he instantly goes into full defensive mode, like, nobody's taking my sister. All right, Siskin alert. Later, they slip into a private training room, and our boy's finally ready to go all in. Cammy snaps into power mode and blasts an insane ice storm that swallows the whole room. Seriously, Elsa, whoa, chill out. Our body just freezes there, stuck in its own thoughts. She shoots back, relax, I'm not letting you freeze, and then pushes him to the next step, insisting he has to beat his disability head-on. Her eyes snap with raw intensity as she declares, I'm going to master the protection of the ice god. And that's why she keeps stealing glances and looking away all flustered, Now I need you to go even harder. More what? She finally snaps it out, cheeks blazing red, eyes locked on me, then drops this crazy request. I want you to keep staring at me. More wait, what? That's it. RMC's dense head finally clicks. She can't stand people glaring at her, so she decides the best training is to make him stare her down and test her that way. I get it. He's like, got it, then I'm pushing forward, no stopping. He steels himself thinking, this is all I've got, but I have to help her beat this. She has to force him to hit her with that intimidating stare, yet your guy just stares back, totally lost for a split second. And he unleashes his death glare. He snaps into full anime protagonist mode, eyes blazing with power as the pressure crushingly surges around him. Now it's insane. His stare is so op it just straight up blasts her clear across the room. Dude. He barrels in, grabs Camusin and blurts, "You okay?" while she lies on the ground, stunned, wondering if he's somehow powered up overnight. He's like, no way, I don't think so. I've got mad skills, but my level's still 0, so I'm basically stuck. And honestly, that's the most humble bragging excuse ever. He blurts out a non-stop apology, swearing it's all his fault, and she shoots back, "No, I'm the one sorry, I keep crying again." She's blushing hard, staring at this guy like, why is he being so freaking nice to me? He tells me, yeah, I made you cry, so I've gotta own that. Then he flips the mood fast and starts gushing about his adorable little sister. She cries and laughs nonstop. When he realizes her ice curse is gone, Camille finally shows her real colors, and he can't help but admire how she tackles her trauma straight in the face. Man, that is straight up real character growth, no cap. Suddenly, he jerks his head up and realizes the entire room has turned into an ice cavern. A system notification slams onto the screen, new skill acquired, and ice starts melting fast, and he's like, cool, but what am I supposed to do with all this ice? He realizes his power might be the thing that can melt it. He tells them this isn't normal ice, this is god-tier ice. It won't melt for ages, so that training room might as well be sealed in stone. He feels awful knowing she could get dragged into trouble because of this. Right as he wants to do something, boom, his skill surges to the next level, absolute ice disintegration. He freezes everything with a grin like, this is it, and unleashes the brand new power. The ice doesn't just melt, it vanishes into vapor. He wheels back to her, grinning like, see, we can head home, easy. Kamu just freezes on the spot, totally speechless. There's no way this is actually real. The ice is completely gone, like it never even existed. As they walk out, random students suddenly clock them. Yo, isn't that the ice princess? And the moment it hits, everyone starts whispering, are they at a party? Because jealousy is eating them alive. They've got this weird, awkward moment that feels like a goodbye, again. But this time, our boy remembers every hit from training, grits his teeth, and asks, want me to walk you home? He tells her it's only because he worries her trauma might flare up again, but she turns it back on him. Would that be boring for you? He flashes the smoothest smile, tells her, I'm taking responsibility all the way to the end, then leans in like, now get in there, my guy. She's totally rattled and locks up again, but still, she nods and agrees. He immediately flexes his new power, absolute ice disintegration, using it to cut the cold on the spot, like a total show-off. He blurts out thanks, and the two of them instantly turn into total blushing messes, like, this is peak romance right here. And just like that, they walk off together, while the narrator straight up declares the distance between them is melting away, awah. And Boom glance at the stat screen and there it is. He just unlocked ice melting and absolute ice disintegration, dumping even more firepower onto his already wrecked skill list, and honestly, his RNG is straight up absurd. So after a few days of Hinata training with the Ice Queen Kamui, it turns out his go-to move is brutal. He just keeps cracking her until she breaks down and cries every single day. Honestly, that's peak efficiency. Bro's spiraling into a full-blown moral crisis, while she's out there winking at him like, it's all good, and my guy's still stuck deep in the friend zone pit of pain. Next thing you know, bam, he's not even at the training grounds anymore. Dude got dumped straight into the Meet the Parents DLC, and the lag is wrecking him. He's stuck right in front of Camus' place, staring down Irina, her mom, who looks like a full-on smoke show. Our guy blurts out his name stammering like crazy, and her mom just cackles, oh ho ho, I've heard everything about you, all right. And right as the boss music hits, Mom's smile turns razor sharp. She goes, don't you dare think you can keep making my precious daughter cry every single day. Hinata's mind freezes like, wait, am I about to get my fingers chopped off? Dude, breathe, this isn't a Yakuza movie. They rush inside, and some maid tells him to chill, but my man can't stand these fancy old houses, he's tweaking. Right out of nowhere, this old man with a legendary mustache materializes behind him. Boom, our hero's spidey sense screams, and he actually clocks the guy, ping new skill unlocked. Stealth detection, and that mustache-wearing geezer is genuinely impressed. The old man starts glaring at him like he's about to explode, and Hinata's just thinking, yo, this guy is scary intense. Then the grandpa straight up hears every word in his head and smacks him for calling him old, and honestly, that's pure peak comedy. And since my boy S getting mentally wrecked, the system swoops in and blesses him again. Asterisk ping asterisk, a brand new skill, mind-reading resistance. This guy's skill RNG is straight up busted. That old man cackles and barks, Hinara, you picked a banger. Right on cue, the main waifu steps in like a lightning strike, still rocking that kimono that hits different, and when she asks our boy how she looks, his brain flat out blue screens. He's down bad, stammering like he can't even breathe in front of her destructive power, while the simp levels skyrocket and the whole crowd can't stop losing it. Even though they're sitting down for tea, the whole moment feels painfully awkward. Kamui plops right beside him instead of that cross, and our boy is completely losing it. He's so flustered that her closeness almost wrecks his bladder, and of course the system pays him back for it. Ping, asterisk new skill, waste decomposition. Dude straight up just unlocked a stress skill to keep from peeing himself. Absolute legend. Mom storms back in, all set to shut the door and get straight to business. She snaps open a briefcase, and Hinata's stomach drops because he just knows he's about to get wrecked. But Psyche's got an unlimited black card from the Kamui family bank account. She's basically telling him, here's infinite money, now go buy yourself a new personality. Hinata's eyes turn into glittering dollar signs as his mind screams about his family's bills, but Kamui snaps back, Mom, no way, this was not the deal. Then her mom just breaks down, crying that all she did was glare at Kamui, while our boy is the first one in years to finally crack her wide open. The whole squad is losing it, completely rattled. Turns out Kamui's ice powers push everyone away, so she's been locked in brutal fights with her mom for years. She grinds day after day because she's chasing one dream, finally having a real, normal talk with her own mother, and our boy just realized he knows literally nothing about this girl. The mom drops to her knees and pleads for him to take the money, because if he stays, her ice powers get cancelled, and they need every second to be with their own daughter. But Hinata just flips into full Chad mode. He slams the briefcase shut and fires back, sorry, I can't accept this. He snaps that his bond with Kamui can't be bought, no matter what it costs. He's stepping up to help her with his own sweat, not just their money. Pure GIGSEHAD glory right there. Your mom, totally stunned, blurts out, promise me you'll get along with my daughter from now on. Yeah, he's basically saying, if she's cool with it, then fine, but don't shove all that pressure onto Kamui. Mom keeps pressing her for an answer, and she's got no way to take it, so she panics and bolts. Her feelings go nuclear, and the whole mansion starts freezing into a giant popsicle. So what does our guy get for unleashing that emotional disaster? Ping asterisk, new skill unlocked. Water seal, obviously. He rockets after her, chasing her down without mercy. You hesitated for a split second, then thought, maybe I should just let her go. But now he has to finish it, no backing out, no excuses. As he slips through that freezing gate, his stealth skill erupts into absolute shadow power. He catches up to her just as she spirals into a full-blown breakdown, wondering why he's being so kind when her ice god powers keep everyone at a distance. Our boy throws everything on the table. At first, he admits he blamed himself for making her cry, but then he watches her grind so hard, and admiration just crushes that guilt. And then he drops the bombshell. The moment he confesses, I realize I've wanted to be by your side all along. She bursts into happy tears, shaking with relief that she finally got to touch someone after all this time, and when their hands clasp together, the whole scene feels ridiculously wholesome. And who's lurking in the shadows, ready to call it out? Troll Grandpa, because of course he's saying it like, so hot tilde. They both whip around, because the moment they move, they realize he's been spying on them the entire time. Rampo is just losing it with laughter, stunned that Hinata managed to stop the attack cold without even using a skill. Then the old man cracks his aura wide open, yet our kid's fresh resistance skills let him soak it all and stand his ground like a total champ. Grandpa just jabs a finger at them and declares the only next move that makes sense. Mari Kamui rockets a flying kick straight into her face, and Hinata instantly levels up, earning a fear-powered boost to her defense, because this whole thing is getting straight-up ridiculous. After that, they race back to the house, only to face the final boss and get dropped. And he looks like a full-on mafia boss, straight out of the movies. Turns out he's just a giant softie. Seeing his daughter smile hits him like pure joy. He shoots out and grabs Hinata's hands, then pours out heartfelt thanks like it's burning straight from his soul. The The whole family finally crowds together again, and boom, one perfect, 10 out of 10 wholesome moment you can't help but grin at. As Hinata turns to leave, Kamui stops him and demands he calls her by her first name. My dude gets so flustered he blanks out and demands more time. Bro, you already spilled your feelings, now just say the name. They share a sweet little goodbye, and he practically orders her to stay warm, even though it's kind of hilarious how ironic that is. As he heads out, Cammy and her mom huddle for a tearful talk, and her mom swears their family will back them every step of the way. But as Cammy heads to her room, she whispers, when he's not around, and suddenly the air turns ominous. She skips her room entirely and slips out into the night, marching straight toward a cold, sterile-looking building. Alright, so our guy rolls up to this pathetic E-rank dungeon, Dungeon 117. He's gotta grind his skills hard so Kamui-san doesn't leave him in the dust, but the gatekeeper won't budge, demands his license like it's standard procedure. MC just flicks his hand like magic, flashing that huge fat level 0 badge like he's flexing. The guard is totally rattled. My guy has never seen numbers this ugly. He's like, kid, I respect the grind, but you're a level 0, no way I'm letting you in here solo. And honestly, that's a brand new kind of wild. Right when he gets slammed with rejection, plot armor snaps into place, and boom, he unlocks a brand new power, absolute stealth. His big brain kicks into overdrive. Wait, I've got it. He taps the skill and slips right through, leaving the guard totally clueless, even while our guy frantically waves his hands in his face. MC was like, they can't even feel me here. And then he laughed, yeah, no kidding, that's literally what stealth is, my guy. Out of nowhere, someone grabs him from behind, and he erupts into terrified screaming, like he's lost all control. Turns out it's only his rival, Kaikun, sizing him up. He clocks the level 0 mark, sneers like, oh so it's you huh, and waves him off without a second thought. Kaikun's got pure prodeg energy. He's screaming, don't stop me, every single time like this measly dungeon is the last thing between him and greatness. The guard just stands there and stares as they walk off, probably muttering that high school kids are all this dramatic nowadays. Right when he steps in, his dungeon intel skill kicks in, and boom, the room lights up with the truth. This is Troll's prison. He's totally confused as hell. Last time he was here it was called Lucifer's Fall, and it looked completely different. Did this guy just accidentally walk into a whole new server? A tiny slime mob pops up and he's like, leave it to me, then he one-shots it instantly. Just like that, another party barges in and starts farming those slimes too. You're all slapping hands like you just wiped out some puny mobs, Elmo. Thanks to the grind, our MC unlocks monster analysis and discovers those slimes are called Call. Then he squishes one and goes, whoa, it feels nice, IO. He squeezes a slime a little too hard and pop, it bursts wide open. The craziest part, he instantly unlocks a brand new skill, Restraint, after accidentally murdering it. And yeah, the RNG is absolutely unhinged. He finally figures out how not to pop them, then stares in shock, because none of them are dropping a single magic stone, and that makes zero sense. Out of nowhere, a call comes flying in, then the other party spots it and assumes it's that rare kind of monster, getting ready to hunt them down. Our bodies go full simp mode for the slime, trying to block it, then he can't even land a single hit. That tiny call just blasts off and disappears in a blink. He's out here blasting them as awful people, just for trying to farm his precious little cull. Bro is asterisk so asterisk down bad for that blob. A slime rockets over a creepy portal that's stamped right onto the floor, and slams down on a dock in a whole new area. Right after it, our boy teleports in totally disoriented. Then he looks up and watches Kaikun get absolutely demolished. His rival is locked in a 1v1 with a colossal troll, and right now, he's getting crushed with no chance of winning. MC's sharp analysis locks in one thing: this is a floor boss, and its one true weakness is good old fire, just like always. I barely got touched, then I tried to get hit as hard as possible. But this guy's a total Chad. He slams back with a monstrous roar. Right then, a troll gets blasted out of nowhere by a magic hit coming from the side. While another party was already duking it out nearby, they swooped in like sharks and decided to third-party the whole fight. They swarm that troll and lay into it together, like a perfectly timed strike team, screaming the whole way. Our MC's just staring from the sidelines like, whoa, so asterisk this is how the party goes, when another troll suddenly spawns right on top of Kaikun. I kind of flinched mid-yell, wait, why is there another one? The new arrival doesn't just show up, he absolutely obliterates him. The other side was furious, yelling that there should be only one boss per party, and that Kaikun had abandoned his prey. RMC just freezes and the moment hits him. This abandon isn't just a word, it's a knife. The leader from the other side decides to be a real bro and dives in to back Kaikun up. Haekun catches his breath for a second, then the party closes in and the beating keeps raining down. He's screaming at the top of his lungs as he takes another brutal hit. Then the backup squad swoops in and ends it for good with one sharp, clean slash. Icon is left completely gasping. The party leader leans in and says a third troll showing up. That's never happened. No one has ever heard of it. They snatch up the loot and bail, warning Kaika not to go too hard, because explorers are only valuable if they're still alive. That old dude spits out some hard-earned wisdom. This isn't a game, while Kaikun's already locked in, plotting how to get even stronger. He knows this kind of chaos is coming, and he has to be ready before it hits. Meanwhile, our MC just lit up with a total galaxy brain move. He realizes it all clicked. There were two parties first, and him, and that twist made it a third-party situation, and that's exactly why the third troll spawned in the first place. Guilt hits hard. He's tired of putting Kaikun through all this, so he decides it's finally his turn to step into the fight. He cooks up the perfect sneak plan, total stealth, strike the troll's weak spot at the back of its neck, then slam his speed boost to stay alive for the next 60 seconds. He starts acting just like himself. He rockets in with a brutal kick. The blow connects, but his stealth shuts off instantly. Now he's on cooldown, and he's standing toe-to-toe with a troll that's absolutely furious. After all that epic attack, the only thing that happened was a tiny puff of smoke. Then it hit like nothing, 0 damage at all. He's stuck in total disbelief. There's no way that didn't work. My attack got absolutely wrecked in this place. Panic slams into him as he frantically weighs his choices, bolting for safety or gripping the moment to tank the hit. Right then, a new challenger bursts in. Her sharp voice cuts through the air. Are you from Seishin High School? Wild Waifu just popped into the chat, and she's grinning like she owns the place. Her boy's stuttering, totally busted for trespassing, and then she just stares at the troll and goes, "Wait, you took it down all by yourself." He's panicking because she snaps right back, "Yeah, but it's still dangerous." She strolls right up, jabs that colossal beast, and boom, everything collapses in a thunderous crash like it was never a threat at all. "See, you've already won." "Oh boy," he swears it's all a masterclass in playing dead. She laughs her head off at him, like a monster pretending to be dead, because once it stops moving, that's it, there's no coming back. He's so fearless she can't help it. She starts poking his dead foot. An RMC just completely freezes, face blazing red like he can't breathe. He's trying to call out how her skirt's showing way too much. She's all, "It's fine, look," and she yanks up her skirt to reveal she's got spats on, straight up a woman of culture. She teases him like it's totally normal, yet everyone can't help but stare. But our bodies act like true gentlemen, screaming, "I won't look." He flashes a smug little smirk, and she already knows exactly what she's up to. But it wasn't faking. When the troll hits the ground, it scrambles back up, and she just shrugs like, "Oh, that's the boss I'm taking." He squares up, yanks out weapons that look absolutely unhinged. She whips around to our dumbfounded MC and snaps, "Hey you, what I'm about to show you, it's a secret." That last little wink she throws, "Don't you dare tell anyone." This new chick squares up to a freaking cave troll like it's no big deal, just another Tuesday. My guy Hinata is in the back totally freaking out, while she just barrels straight in like she's got a death wish. He rockets past our boy, so fast it's basically whiplash waiting to happen. The troll hefts its massive club and swings hard, aiming to smash her flat like a pancake. But our boy is freaking out, screaming at the top of his lungs, because this girl is moving at light speed. He unleashes a full Matrix-level dodge, slipping under that swing like it's totally effortless. Not a strand was out of place. She was pulling off that perfectly sharp, ruthless, "no one touches my style" look. Then her weapon flares, right in Hinata's brain, sending everything into a screaming short circuit as she bashes the troll down and scores some seriously high-tier loot. Sparks exploded everywhere on impact, lighting up the whole scene. She's not just landing hits, she's blasting this poor guy with a full-on lightning storm. The troll gets absolutely obliterated, like it just licked a 9-volt battery and immediately regretted everything. She springs off the impact, lands like a cat, and right as she touches down, the monster collapses into a choking cloud of dust. She flashes him a victory wink like, "How is that?" Then her smile drops because our boy has vanished right in front of her. He's gone. Yeah, he's gone. My man vanished with flawless stealth and is now yanking off the slickest escape of his life, convinced she won't even remember what he looked like. But nah, this girl's got some insane perception stats, like she's basically maxed out to the limit. You plant your foot just one step. Bam, she clamps onto him from behind like a heat-seeking missile, and bro's caught red-handed, instantly panicking as she blurts, "You're here, right? Deactivate it." He's trying to act clueless, but she shuts that down fast. She straight up threatens to weaponize her tears. Then just watch, I'm about to cry, you know. She kicks things off with sniffles, and Bro folds in seconds, faster than a lawn chair. He can square up with monsters, but one crying girl, that fear hits his weakest spot every time. He drops his stealth on the spot, and she's just stunned, blurting out how he hid so damn well. She swears she couldn't feel him at all. Then she leans in right up on him with a wicked grin and tosses that line, because yep, the chemistry between them is perfect. Bro is blushing so hard, he looks like he's one spark away from exploding on the spot. Then she lunges for his throat, roasting him like he's nothing. You don't talk to many people, do you? And this poor guy just erupts into a silent scream. He throws the joke back over his shoulder, but inside, panic is screaming. He finally blurts out the question, why does she keep hiding her own op power? So what's the deal, just say it, what do you want from me? And she drops the ultimate bombshell, I want to form a temporary party with you. Inari is absolutely stunned. His mind races through the math. If he says no, she'll rip open his secret stealth skill for everyone to see. So he gives in, she erupts in a yay, and slaps him for a high five, while my dude just stands there like he signed his own goodbye single. To make it even crazier, she yanks a giant blanket out of her dimensional storage and plops down to wait for the troll to answer. Hinata's just sitting there like, wait, where did she even get that from? Because they can't escape each other, they finally throw their names out, Shishino, and he's Hinata Suzuki. She clocks that he's a first year in seconds, then quickly slips the bombshell that she's in class 3. Hinata's eyes widen. This is that legendary class everyone talks about, the one rumored to have the S-rank student, Kamui-san. Gino just smirks and calls the Kamu guy a seriously tough rival. Right then the troll shoots back. Shino snaps into action and orders Hinata to swing to the back the second an opening shows up. He rockets into the fray, ready to throw down. But the next second, it vanishes in a blink and reappears behind the troll. Gino freezes in shock, so fast it feels like time just snapped. Before Hinata can even blink, she one-taps the troll straight in its weak spot. It drops instantly, and Shino freezes, totally at a loss for words. Turns out those weak points hit harder than I ever expected, while she stares at him like he's an actual god. My boy dives into the monster's body, starts dissecting it, and then hands her every single material. Bro's a straight-up simp. She's completely in, all right, let's keep hunting like this, and watch him crumble a little more inside with every step. After grinding for ages, they finally cash in, stacking up a massive haul of loot. She asks if they should head back, and my man spots his opening like a hawk. He slips in with pure stealth, muttering that he'd rather nobody lay eyes on him. But this girl is relentless. She grins and tells him, I'm staying with you till the very end so you don't get away, and then she means it. Then she unleashes the ultimate threat. If he runs, she'll break down in front of his entire class, and Bro is officially trapped. She snatches his hand, starts humming loud and steady, and yanks him along even as panic crashes through him like a full-on storm. The moment they're out of that dungeon, he drops the act, and she grins at him, making sure he knows she's proud he didn't leave her behind. He snaps, who the heck are you? And she shrugs like it's no big deal. My sister acts like this all the time. Her oddly intense, yet bright and happy energy hits him like a memory. She reminds him of his own sister. He can't believe his own hiding skills. That's exactly how he slipped into the dungeon in the first place. She locks eyes with him and drops that, I finally get you look, like the truth just clicked. And she shoots off another party plan for the very next day, without even bothering to ask. An AM, don't you dare be late. Our bodies are fully in someone else's control. Back in the dorm, Fujii spots it fast, his buddies drowning in girl trouble. They dive into shop talk, and Fujii casually drops that she went to dungeon D86. Hinata is blown away that she can keep pace with the pros, and it totally lights a fire under him, pushing him to grind even harder. And just like that, we get a classic exposition bomb. Fujii fires off the question, does he know about the two kinds of explorers? You've got the maintenance crew, grinding out farm clears on cleared floors, and then the conquest squad charging into the unknown like they're daring the world to stop them. Maintenance stays safe and simple, but it won't blow you away. It's low risk, low reward. Conquest is basically a suicide mission, charging into uncharted floors with zero intel and no idea what's waiting to kill you. Why would anyone ever risk that in autos? And Fujii shoots a quick look as a passing chat spells out the benefits. It's all about racing up the Explore ranking, because once you crack the top 10, you unlock brutal perks and a special reward waiting just for you. This reward is supposedly straight up beyond human reach, like a real-life cheat item. For any real explorer, the dream is simple. Reach rank 1, grab that prize and prove it, no excuses. Turns out the current rank one is so busted up that nobody can even come close to their score. The next day, Hinata can't stop replaying that ranking system in her head, and the mysterious reward still haunts her thoughts. He's just lounging there, staring at the clock like it's counting down, because right now it's 9:45 a.m. Then it slams into him, Shino's promise, and panic explodes. He's gonna be late, and it takes a whole hour just to get there. Meanwhile, Shino is already planted at the meeting spot, quietly waiting for her brand new party member to show up. So our boy finally bursts onto the rendezvous point, jamming his cracked skill into overdrive to rocket his speed, just grinning because he didn't miss his dungeon date. And yeah, of course, the best girl she knows is already there, just vibing with a little bird on her finger like she's straight out of a Disney scene. Our MC bursts out of the bushes like a brick to the face, sending shockwaves through her victim's soul and scaring the life out of her. Bro, she literally lets out an eek, and he smacks her with that cocky haha on my bad like it's the smoothest move ever. She's flustered, basically sputtering that she can't believe she couldn't find him. Meanwhile, our guy is already in full grind mode like, all right, let's go conquer this place. Suddenly, Shino's skin prickles. She blurts that a monster's right up ahead, and my guy just freezes, still buffering, trying to figure out if she's got some crazy op survival skill he never knew about. Then his sharp analysis kicks in and he spots a spiky squirrel monster, Akuna, and realizes it's weak against wind, but that rare drop, a tiny magic stone, and yeah, it sounds pretty worthless coming out of here. Shino's itching to fight. He tells him they'll run the exact same plan as yesterday, and he's totally in. A raging little furball explodes into a thunderous roar that shakes the air. And it rockets forward, tearing in to strike. But Shino's already winding up with her club, looking like a straight-up Chadette. She blasts straight into the next dimension, and our MC just freezes, eyes wide, mind racing. Wait, that's way stronger than yesterday. It's his turn, and he absolutely one-shots another Kuna, sending them straight into oblivion. Bro is absolutely wrecked by the insane power he just unlocked. Meanwhile, Shino is grinning from ear to ear, absolutely glowing with pride in her body. She's grinning like crazy and tells him he can take every material from today's grind, and he's absolutely stunned. This girl's got insane strength, and they're wiping out mobs at lightning speed. Then it's time to hit the grind. Our MC is out here perfecting his brand new one-punch man routine, shot after shot. He's absolutely demolishing those poor little squirrels, one after another, no mercy. He's finally starting to get the hang of his new power, and honestly, he's feeling so good about himself it's almost hilarious. Right then, Shino spots something wild and screams at him to come check it out. And would you look at that, right through the doorway, the boss room sits there, looming like a warning sign. Shino gets totally hyped, grabs his hand and yanks him along, while my poor boy turns bright red, blushing so hard he's basically about to overheat, just yelling, whoa. You step right onto the legendary teleportation circle. He's left staring around, totally baffled. Where are all the other players? Shino steps in and drops the truth. This floor E90 is special. The entrance is pure RNG, then once the boss gets destroyed, the whole thing teleports to a random spot, so they get the run of it all to themselves. She's still latched onto his arm, and my guy is down bad, panicking like, yo, don't stick so close. Bro, just take the waifu attention and enjoy it. They slam into the arena with a flash of teleportation, and the air turns razor-thin with tension. Then bam, the boss crashes in. Gig, this giant, edgy wolf, and the only thing that can hurt it is light, plus you've got a shot at that rare potion drop. This absolute unit is a monstrous floor boss, huge as hell, and Shino should be terrified, but nope, he's grinning like he's way more excited than scared. What a psycho. The big doggo erupts into a loud, thunderous bellow. It shoots forward and lunges straight for our boy, no warning, all fury. But MC ain't a rookie. He's locked in the dungeon guidebook's two-person frontline strategies like he studied them yesterday. They nail the perfect pincer move, splitting left and right to surround the beast from both sides. Shino roars for everyone to stick to the plan and stay sharp because its attacks are coming fast. Just then our boy spots the boss winding up, and horror slams into him as he realizes it's about to breathe fire, because the moment it does, bro's totally blindsided. My dude barely slips out of the way of a colossal fire blast meant to end him, straight from this knockoff finisher. Ro was one split second away from getting extra crispy, and he just laughed it off. Man, that was close, right? You think. Right before he even catches his breath, that huge, bad doggo slams right back onto him. But hold up, Shino, the best girl, is not letting that boy get turned into a shish kebab. She yanks out her weapon in a flash, like she's seconds away from starting a full-on fight. Battle waifu mode, she winds up and hurls a massive swing at the perfect moment. She screams a war cry and hurls out a blizzard so cold it drops straight below zero. The entire battlefield snaps into a brutal freeze, and my boy Hinata just can't process it as his partner goes full op and wrecks everything. That giant wolf lets out a furious roar, like it's raging about the cold, and Shino just rockets straight into its mouth, weapon first. Hoping nobody steals his spotlight, our MC decides it's finally his turn to charge in and be the hero. Launches into the air and rockets straight at the beast. He's launching a brutal pincer move from above and below, smashing everything in between. Our boy yells at the top of his lungs and basically launches himself like a human missile. Bam, he landed a perfect blow right on the monster's dome. He basically slams himself into its back like a lawn dart, no hesitation. Shino's frozen in place, staring straight ahead, like wait, did he really just pull that off? And just like that, the shadow of the beast disappears. Bam, it's a certified KO. Shino's over there losing it like, yeah, we actually did it, while Hinata stands over the body, stone cold, looking like the ultimate Chad. He's looking all shook and blurting, wait, did it end? It's over, right? And she calmly nods, yeah, it stopped. It's not moving anymore. You've gotta admit, we were both shocked at how ridiculously easy that boss fight went. He tries to play it humble and give her all the credit, but she smacks him with the gnaw and laughs. This is just you being you, basically confirming she knows he's sitting on some secretly op skills. You spin your head to look around, but something catches you, like it's been kind to you all along. The boss room entrance just vanished out of thin air, like it never existed, and Shino bluntly explains it's pure RNG, meaning we only stumbled on it because we got lucky. Ineda's down bad because he was praying to farm some juicy, expensive rare drop potions from that fight, then reality punched him in the face. Not a single drop for you, my guy. While everything else is swirling, she's got her priorities nailed. She blurts out that she's hungry and hits the city right after. Then out of nowhere, she lunges in and crashes a full-on hug, instant chaos, and our whole body is completely flustered. He's totally lost, but she warns him she'll be crushed if he vanishes again like yesterday. Yeah, bro's getting hit with some seriously loud signals. He's just standing there clueless. This girl's mood swings are whipping me around like a damn pinball. He snaps into a serious mode and blurts out an apology in advance, like he's bracing you for impact. With a shaky smile, she blurts, I'll try my best, and the way she says it feels downright ominous, no joke. Fast forward, now they're sprinting through the city streets. But Shino is clinging to his arm for dear life, squeezing like his hands might tear through, pure panic written all over his face. Hinata finally clocks the shift and blurts, what's wrong, after she was smiling like nothing was bothering her just a minute ago. Then it hits him, she's been terrified of that asterisk this whole time, and everything suddenly clicks. 8 and boom, Hinata's mind finally kicks back on, blasting him straight into a flashback. His little sister at the mall, swallowed whole by the crowd, overwhelmed beyond words, so now he stares at Shino like, hold up, is she dealing with the same kind of trauma from big crowds too? Meanwhile, our girl is right there, struggling to be extra considerate, thinking, how can I make this easier for him? And wow, oh wow, what a sweetie. She wears this heavy, sorry on the shoulders look like she's a burden, but he's staring back with pure, grim intensity. She starts laying down hard truth like, every single person lives with their own scars. Strong or weak isn't the trauma, it's how you carry it. And yeah, she's not wrong. She tries once more to apologize, but Hinata shuts her down. You don't need another apology. Give me the real one right now. Then he drops his big brain plan, ditch the main street, and veer into a quieter spot, hoping the calm will finally snap her out of it. Then bam, she drops straight into him, totally wrecking my man's focus and leaving him wide open. He's panicking like, hold up, wait a sec, what is the asterisk actually doing that's making Shino suffer right now? It slams into her like a freight train, no mercy. Nah, this ain't no little headache, fam. She's gripping her head with pure agony, like it's ripping her apart. The moment the chatter finally drowns out, the noise hits like a wave, overloading her senses all at once. It keeps hammering in her head, and then, just like I knew, our guy finally clicks everything into place as he mutters it under his breath. Like a total Chad, he clamps his hand over her ear and shuts the noise out instantly. He's totally rattled by that sudden move, but my guy stays laser locked in. He snaps out a pair of earbuds like a magic trick and asks her how in the world she's supposed to function day to day without them. He's totally snapping, why didn't you put your earphones in? And I swear my reason was just this, she thought I could stay by you, because she's so down bad she'd rather hear his voice than shut herself off from the whole world, and honestly, my heart couldn't handle it. That romantic tension is so thick, you could slice it clean with a katana. So he slips the earbud into her ear with tender care, pure gentleman through and through. They both start apologizing back and forth, and he's hit with guilt. How did he not notice it sooner? This is peak wholesome, right here. She's staring at him like he's the reason the moon shines and the stars even exist. Like, come on. And listen, this isn't some cheap stuff for your earbuds. It's built to shut the world out completely, so you get instant, pure, blissful silence. He knows his voice probably can't reach her anymore, but if it stops Sheena from suffering, then it's worth it. What a damn king. But then his brain finally clicks back on, like a switch flipping, and she knew exactly this moment would hit. Still, she showed up anyway, so tell me, was this really what she wanted? Stuck alone, cut off from everything. I feel this huge wall slam down between us, and panic's eating me alive. What am I supposed to do now? He cuts to a flashback of himself protecting Camuson, trying to channel that same insane op energy. So tell me, what am I supposed to do? He drops to his knees inside himself, begging his own power system, please lend me your strength. An IT alert suddenly flashes, *** skill acquired, telepathy. The RNG gods actually blessed him, and he even turns to thank his partner for the hookup. Let's go. He shuts his eyes tight and kicks his brand new hacks into action. He shouts her name and she's totally baffled because her ears are plugged. Then his voice slams straight into her mind. That sad face doesn't suit you, Shino. And the moment those words land, she's completely stunned. How? My boy drops the smoothest line of all time. No one hears it but me and her, and somehow he just set up a private voice channel, so it's literally only the two of them. She just explodes into a hug, launches at him like it's mission control, and dude was absolutely not prepared for that level of affection. Tears are pouring like a dam breaking. Yep, it's straight up happy tears, no joke. You know those earphones meant to shield her. They ended up shutting her off from the whole world instead. She probably felt utterly alone, like nobody, absolutely nobody, had her back. Our boy can't stop spiraling, begging himself to know if she really meant for him to be here, while she's simply glowing, thrilled to be right next to him. She hands him the goopiest, drooliest thank you you've ever seen, like she's vibrating with joy and can't stop drooling. Wait, what in the world is happening here? He's practically floating, his waifu's back to her usual self, and with his brand new telepathy skill, it's just the two of them, locked together on a whole new level. So this big shot military dude is completely spiraling because he can't find the seller of a legendary magic stone. He's locked onto this massive crystal, an actual infinite magic stone, and the poor guy looks like stress is about to swallow him whole. His subordinate blurts, "Sir, maybe don't open the super secret Titan box here," but the marshal just scoffs, saying there isn't a safer spot anywhere in all of Japan. Seriously, why would he even worry? He's got two of the country's top-ranked SDR explorers right there with him, so what could possibly go wrong? Just 1 second later, he realizes both of their powerful families are already dropping offers to buy the stone, and the marshal is left reeling like, who the heck leaked this top-secret info? Bro, it was your two top-ranked guards, and he completely snaps, yelling at them as damn idiots for spilling military secrets to their own families, because the security in this room is straight-up trash. The red-headed Kamui waifu is the first to break the silence, basically telling Marshall, "Our family helped you, so hand over the secret rock." But the Kagura guy is having none of it, screaming back, "Our family matters just as much, Shuri." Then the two of them start going at each other like brothers, bickering over who handed out more help and who's got the right to the military secrets. Absolute primetime drama, folks. They both start pleading to the marshal like kids clawing for the last cookie, yelling that their family needs it more than the other. Shuri tosses the sympathy card aside and snaps, "This stone is for my sick little sister." This poor girl's trapped in quarantine 24/7, and Shiri just wants her to finally step out and move around the house freely. Yeah, that's the whole goal of my Yamato play. He tells her this magic stone can make her family pay any price just to get it done. Tomo blurts out, "Are you serious?" And then she hits him with that deadly glare, no joke, she means it. Utoma refuses to back off. He's got his own reasons, swears he won't let this chance vanish, and even dares the military's top fighter, yeah, the one he calls laughable. Oof, shots fired. Of course they both shriek, so why not go straight into a duel? In anime, that's the only way problems get settled. Then the marshal slams his hand down, yelling, "Wait, no duel. I won't let this happen." He's fully aware that if these two op monsters ever clash, someone's getting erased for good, and there's no way he's letting that happen. He goes full Chad, then dares them to try fighting without his say, because he'll sink the magic stone straight to the bottom of the sea. It shuts them down fast, like, right away. The marshal tells everyone to calm down for a moment. His master plan is simple. Just wait for the seller to pop back up, then go grab that second stone. That way both families finally get what they want, and they stop acting like kids. So he orders Japan's #2 and #3 ranked explorers to shut up and hold tight, pure dominance, no questions. After all that chaos, Shino clocks a cafe nearby and boom, he's suddenly fired up, insisting the place looks awesome. My guy Hinata is just relieved she's finally stopped crying, smiling like the whole world got brighter. No cap, this is a full 180 from those waterworks just minutes ago. You stride in, and the waitress greets you with a warm welcome the second you step through the door. Then boom, our boy's brain gets fried the moment Shino finally starts talking, and he's just staring like, bro, you're actually talking. Turns out she's been syncing her telepathy with her mouth this whole time, so it looks more normal, and honestly, she agrees this is way better. The waitress slides over their order, and my guy, who's never even glanced at a fancy coffee menu, spots extra collagen and anti-aging, and instantly thinks it's some kind of height-to-your-spell potion. Bruh. Shino shrugs off his cluelessness, slams an order for this massive, absolute unit drink, and blurts, "Ta-da, this is exactly what I wanted to try." She's all flustered, practically confessing she wants to try it, with someone, and you can tell she's catching real feelings. She dares him to take a sip, and the second he does, his brain just fries. He's staring like, what spell is this? And she's basically like, bro, it's literally sugar and coffee, relax. Shino's beaming like, I love it. Then he leans in and asks, wait, is this your first time with one? And right when everything feels perfect, our MC throws caution to the wind and blurts out, you kind of remind me of my little sister. Smooth move X-lax, Shino goes from cute waifu mode to, don't you dare compare me to your little sister, and my guy almost gets yeeted straight into the shadow realm for that slip. Then they both broke into helpless laughter, like, crisis fully dodged, right? She downs her drink in one gulp, grins and says, all right, we're out, let's bounce. Before Hinata even has a second to register what's going on, she yanks his arm and drags him away while yelling that time, S running out and they've still got way more stops to hit. And just like that, the whirlwind date montage kicks off. They roll into the arcade to snatch a plushie, then straight into clothes shopping. My dude is out here getting the full girlfriend experience. She's basically carrying all those shopping bags like a human pack mule, yet that grin, look at it, she's living her best life. Eventually the day finally crawls to a stop, and she pulls up in front of this insanely massive mansion. My guy's brain basically blue screens when he realizes it's her home. He's freaking out because Kamui's house is already wild, but this blows it out of the water, pure old money wealth. He clocked that Shino went completely silent and blurted, what's wrong? She pouts like crazy and flat out refuses to go home, and he tries to play the responsible one, quizzing her about her parents, but she just lets out this heavy sigh and says, they're not even home. Oof, rich girl problems, straight up. Then boom, he hits her with the question, why didn't you ever tell me your family name? And she finally drops the truth. She's not just Shino, she's Kagura Shino, Shino of the Kagura family. Turns out the Kagura family is a legendary, ultra-rich clan with top-tier samurai bloodline. Yep, just like Kamui's crew. So our boy basically tripped into friendship with yet another one of the school's secret, ridiculously noble families. She blushes and admits she'd be happy as long as he keeps treating her the same. Then she leans in and praises him, calling him kind for staying normal about it. She stares at him from behind those giant iron gates, and the loneliness practically drips off her. Then she asks if he'll hang out with her again, and suddenly my guy, armed with brand new Riz, just grins and goes, of course. So yeah, we're throwing a party, right? Chad, absolute Chad. And just like that, her entire face bursts into the biggest, happiest smile you've ever seen. You better not try to pull that off, my dude. All right, our boy strides into the purchase center, ready to cash in his hard-earned loot. But wait, this place is packed with guards, all standing there with dead serious faces like they're ready to pounce. MC's spidey senses are going off like crazy, my dudes. Wait, why is this place crawling with soldiers? Did someone just drop a rare item or something? Then he spots a giant screen blasting a public service message. If you've got this specific magic stone, don't wait. Report to the authorities right now. And RMC's brain completely fries. Like, hold up, isn't that glowy rock the exact one I sold for just 300k yen? Paranoia hits him the second the thought crosses his mind, like every guard is staring him down, just itching to slap the cuffs on him. Dude sweating bullets. Pressure crashes down so hard he straight up unlocks a brand new skill from pure panic, asterisk ding asterisk, and boom, he's acquired a poker face because bro is so stressed out and down bad he's basically getting power-ups. He slaps on his nothing to see here face and quickly starts peddling his usual supplies, forcing himself to look totally casual. He flicks his eyes at the prices, and you can tell Kuna's trying to palm off the same old E-rank junk, troll bones included. Then it hits him something's off. Regular magic stones have been gutted in price, like a tiny one costs just 1 yen, the market just detonated. He knows that special stone has to be worth a crazy fortune, so he shoves it into the machine, and bam, the screen erupts with 150 million yen. Bro's soul rips out of his body. He just keeps staring at the screen, trying to tally up all those zeros like his eyes are about to glitch and burn out. Suddenly, it all snaps into place. The soldier on the wanted poster is the one with the rock, and the entire operation was built around him. And our boy just bails, straight up nopes out of there, because it's terrifying, and he wastes no time. He sells the basic materials and hightails it out before he can get caught. Later on, he's kicking back with his best girl after she demolishes a mountain of food. He points at her tiny black hole stomach, and she's already rambling about dessert like it's nothing. Yeah, this waifu's appetite is on a whole other level. She grabs him and demands where he disappeared to, and he smiles like trouble, saying he went straight to the E90 dungeon. She's genuinely impressed when she explains why the E90 stuff is so rare. It's a nightmare to navigate, but the moment you sell the loot, it pays way more than any D-rank haul. Turns out the total noobs are stampeding into the D-rank dungeons, so supplies sky high and the prices get absolutely nuked. Classic economics, folks. A light bulb snaps on in our MC's head. He's cracked it. Farm that E90 dungeon for cash, and the grind never lets up. 3 weeks into the school year, and suddenly things are getting seriously spicy. A few side characters start freaking out, pointing at someone like they just spotted the biggest secret in the world. She's the only ice princess there is, no rivals, no equals. Turns out she's got that icy, cold-as-glass personality, and yeah, the ice powers to match, so the name fits her like a glove and boom, a brand new S-tier waifu just crashed into the server. So our guy shows up at the academy again, late, like it's basically his signature move. But look right there, the main waifu Camusen spots him instantly. She's like, whoa, you got stronger, and my guy just casually hits her with some cold water dissolution, all smooth like, don't worry. He plays dumb and acts clueless like he has zero clue what she's even talking about. Slick, bro, real slick. Yeah, you already know the peanut gallery is whispering, swearing that the legendary level O is strutting around with the school's top-tier beauty. You can practically feel the haters staring him down from every corner of that classroom, blasting him with pure, absolute death glare. Our boy Hinata's already thinking, I should start ghosting my own girl just to dodge the drama. Bro, grow a backbone. He storms in, locks eyes with the final boss of haters, this blonde Chad sitting there like he bought the whole place. That look from him could have melted steel on contact. RMC is absolutely drenched in sweat. Just as he's about to grab his seat, blam, someone yanks him away before he can even blink. That blonde guy steps right into his space, furious because he only shows up when Camus Ann is buried with student council duties. Helene's hissing right in your face, you bastard. You've been getting way too cozy with the Ice Princess, haven't you? And Hinata's just sitting there like, oh no, here we go again, level 0 treatment once more. Everyone calls Cammy the Ice Princess because she fights to hold that poker face, like she's carved out of cold steel. But the second he hears that name, everything snaps. He clamps onto the guy's arm and roars, that's wrong. He instantly goes full simp, ranting like he's got her figured out, claiming he knows her real, emotional side, and insisting she's nothing like an ice princess. My man is losing his mind, yelling that she grinds every single day, and these haters have no clue what they're talking about. He's snapping out of control, blaring that nickname is stupid, and he's judging it off looks alone, no real reason at all. That rage is so pure it triggers a system notification. Your boy just unlocked the intimidation skill by sheer rage alone. He basically power-upped from anger, and I'm here for it. The guy is so rattled he actually whimpers. Our boy S giving off full-on Dark Lord vibes right this second. With that kind of pressure crushing down, the blonde Chad can barely keep himself standing. Then pride sparks in him, and he roars, don't play tough, you pathetic weakling. He launches a mean-looking kick, trying to slam our boy straight into the shadow realm. It's crashing in at full speed, no warning, just chaos. Look at that face, nothing but pure intent to erase everything. Right then another girl bursts out a scream, his name. A sudden brawl erupts, and it looks like Hinata just smashes in with a brutal hit. They slam into an intense stare-down, locked in like it's life or death. Shino barrels in like a storm, begging him with shaking hands not to kill the guy. Guy's even more furious now, TCH, and now it's the Bug Princess. He scoffs as Shino steps in front of our boy with a shield. This guy was seconds from going for the kill, screaming at Hinata for daring to stand out. But Hinata, taller and calm, just gives him a quick, gentle shove to make some breathing room. Seriously, he barely even touched him. And this absolute clown gets launched, thwack, crashing to the floor like somebody fired him out of a cannon. He's sprawled on the ground whining that it hurts so bad, and Hinata just stands there stunned like, "Bro, I barely even touched you. Why are you acting this dramatic?" Shino snatches our boy and goes, "Eight, let's dip," and just like that, the drama queen gets left in tears on the pavement. A quick glance at the stats screen and boom, our guy just unlocked two brand new skills, intimidation and this eerie thing called fate, spooky as hell. His skill list is stacking up fast, passive perks and active abilities piling on, and this level 0 is starting to look way too op to be real. 8 Sashino corners and it's all on Hinata, because she's dead serious and not playing around. She's like, "Yo, Hinata-kun, you were really about to send that dude to the Shadow Realm, huh?" He's wearing that super worried waifu look, the exact kind you can't ignore, like he's one step away from breaking. She slaps it onto him and straight up says, "Look, we barely even know each other, but I can tell you're not the type, because if you'd actually pull that move on him, he'd be dead for real, got it?" And our boys just clutched on tight and shook. Now inside, he's barely holding it together. Itotes didn't want to kill him, but honestly, part of me wanted to sneak up and clap those defenseless cheeks after he dissed Camusen. My man's spiraling into a full meltdown, then Shino snaps him back to reality at the last second. Right on cue, the other top-tier waifu Kamui slides in like Hinataka, "So tell me, what's the tea?" Before he could even process it, they hauled his confused self into a private training room and staged a full-on intervention. They finally start their real intro. Kagura Shino with that dark hair steps up, and the blonde beside her is Kamui. But our MC is still stuck in slow motion, trying to wrap his head around how he went from almost committing a felony to getting totally sandwiched between two S-tier babes. Like, bro, how did this even happen? I swear I was about to delete a guy. Shino tries to play mediator, telling Kamui to calm her icy aura, but Kamui shuts that down fast, and the tension in the air turns razor thick. He snapped on him so hard, like calling him out was the only thing he could do. So they all plopped down to hash it out, and from my side it looked like Sheena was bullying you. Camille says it straight, then our boy snaps up to defend her. What? No way, I was worried about her asterisk. Kamui's utterly stunned. Why in the world is he on Shino's side? And Shino, he's not judging at all, he's just anxiously worried about me. Once they finally piece the whole story together, everyone lets out a breath and chills for a moment. But then Kamui's tone snaps serious, and he leans in like, "Hinaraken, can I ask you something?" She drops the question like a punch. "Be honest, do you really think you're weak?" Shino jumps in instantly. "Come on, dude, think about it. You one-shotted that massive troll the second we met. That's not luck, that's your real game." Hinata felt rock solid, sure, but that's because I clocked the weak spot. Pure good RNG, bro. And now the girls are staring at him like he's a total clown. Shino flashes that smug grin, points straight at Kamui and goes, "Hey, Kamui-san," and you can practically see her panic hit and her whole face go red. Then Shino hits him with the bombshell. "I know your special power, Hinata-kun," and our MC is so clueless he blurts out like, "Wait, I've got something like that." Shino just tears into him. "Hey, dummy, that disappearing trick you pull," and right when he's scrambling, Kamui's there blushing so hard she's basically one spark away from combusting. She's caught in a total flashback, still reeling like it just happened. HE vanished right before her eyes. Kamui starts blurting out nonstop, "Just wait, it's wild, right?" And here's the crazy part, there's not a single presence or sound at all. Hinata even notes that, for some weird reason, his voice still cuts through. Somehow his stealth skill makes him silent, but leaves his voice working. Then Shino decides it's finally her time to flex. She unleashes her own S-rank power, where all she needs is what you sound like, and she can read your emotions and your physical condition like an open book. Basically, she's running pure hacks. So she always keeps earphones in to drown out the non-stop sensory overload. But since she can't hear people talk like normal, everyone decides she's being rude and starts calling her the Bug Princess. Hearing that, something in Hinata snaps. She suddenly remembers that trashed your bully and the awful name he used, and pure fury starts boiling in her. So now she's Bug Princess, huh? My man is livid. I'm about to lose my mind over it. He goes full blast in a rant. You don't know a thing about them, because they still run around calling you an ice princess or a bug princess like it's just some joke, and they say whatever they want. He clenches his fist, straight up going full Chad mode, and I can't let that slide. She knows he's a great person. Kamui-sen busts his ass, looks out for his family, and he's honestly so sweet. Now our boy is in full White Knight mode, and he's not holding back for a second. Hinata's stuck in a dead serious talk with the waifus when one of them leans in and goes, "So, are you getting all fired up for me?" And Cammy, she's just chilling, laughing it off like, if it's got you this worked up, then getting called names isn't even that bad, you know. They're both flashing the biggest smiles, like they're thinking the exact same thing. Hinari is totally stunned. My guy is utterly flabbergasted. He clenches his fist, face dead serious, like he's about to spill the sickest lore any second now. Then my guy hits me with a straight-up bombshell. Look, I don't even come close to S-rank potential like you. I'm basically the total opposite. He finally spills the tea. Ever since I was born, my level has been stuck at 0 like it's glued there. The girls just stand there, taking it all in like, what even is this? Meanwhile, our boy got absolutely wrecked by RNG with the worst possible hand. He keeps going, spilling that his whole life has been one giant L. People labeled him the eternal level 0, laughed that he'd never amount to anything as an explorer, and basically clown him nonstop, 24/7. He thought this new school would be his fresh start, like a server transfer where nobody would clock his noob status. But nope, nothing changed at all. Same haters, new day. He's not even mad at them anymore. Rage turned outward, like the whole world did this to him. Why me? He screams. Why am I the only one stuck with this curse? Yeah, bro is down bad. Right when he's on the verge of going down a spiral, one of the girls snatches his arm and yanks him back. And she's like, bro, even if all that's true, I don't care, cause I'm still happy you ended up in this school. I finally made friends. I'm way stronger than I ever was, and it's all because you're right here with me. Oh wow, tell me that's not the most wholesome thing ever. So completely speechless that it's like his voice just vanished. He can't stop thinking. Everything he ever wanted was for anyone, to truly see him for who he is, not just the way his family does. And now he's got 2 people backing him, bros straight up tearing up. The girls drop into bows and pour out their gratitude, thanking him for everything, letting them finally connect and hear his voice, because this is peak pure friendship right here. He just stares at them, soaking up every single detail like it's all hitting at once. Then it hits him he's had it rough, but not like that asterisk, and he blurts out, thank you, right then and there, from the deepest part of his heart, because he's grateful you've been so kind to someone like him. She shuts that down instantly. Nope, that's totally off limits. She lays down the rules right away. I like you because you're you, but starting now, anyone like you who talks like that is banned. Got it. Then the others chime in too, and that's when I get hit with the thing I absolutely hate being called, cameos. She lunges right up to his face, totally flustered like, you've been calling Shino by her first name this whole time, so why not me? And the other girl just keeps needling him. Ooh, look at his heart rate going wild. Shino S just poking the chaos button, I can hear it. What do you want me to do, huh? Come on, Hina-chan. Then her brain lights up. Since you both share the same name, she decides, hey, you're both Hina-chan from now on. The other Hina is totally down. Yeah, that'll do. See you, Hinata-kun. They swarm him, shouting, come on, while our boy turns beet red, so red he looks like he's 1 second away from bursting into flames. He finally manages to squeak out the tiniest little henna. And boom, she's instantly blushing like crazy, mission accomplished. The whole squad's losing it, laughing their butts off. Shino's freaking out because Hinata-kun's heart rate is off the charts, but then she drops the bomb. Hina-chan's is even crazier. Enough with the flirting, both of you. She screams straight up rom-com mayhem. So Shino can't mind her own business, so she barges in and asks what our guy and the Ice Princess are up to. Turns out they're making him suppress his ice god's blessing while he locks eyes with her. She's giving him that death stare, and I'm telling you, I'll try it too. My dude is hesitating, but she's still pushing forward, because no is never an option for her. He's like 8 years old, and the second you ask, he's already gearing up, about to unleash the coldest stare in history. So my boy steps up, alright, here we go, and unleashes the full force of his passive debuff. The girls get slammed by a brutal, full-power psychic blast. They're nowhere near ready for what's about to hit them. This smoke is coming fast. Shino's freaking out, grilling Hina like, you do this every single day, and Hina just shrugs, yeah, nah bro, this time's different. He's way stronger than last week. That absolute unit of an MC strolls up like nothing happened, asking if they're okay after he mentally wrecked them. Then they hit him with the truth. He's got 2 ops, so never, ever drop that on a normal person again, and he's just standing there like, wait, did my intimidation skill even trigger without me noticing? What? Yeah, I know, Dush Sherlock. Those girls' legs just crumpled, and now they're sprawled on the floor like jelly. Later, once they finally pull through, she admits she's still shaken to her core, and says that what happened would shatter any normal person. Then Hina snaps into a serious mood, and turns straight toward our bai. She's just like Hinata-kun, listen, I need you to hear me out, because I'm asking for a favor from my family. Next thing I know, my dude is at Hina's place, and her mom is welcoming him like it's the best day of her life. You know it, Braccino tagged along with us, and that kindness hit hard. Hina's mom wants to share dinner with him again, and Hina lights up, because she wants it too. She's turning beet red, thanking him for showing up, because that icy aura of his makes it impossible for him to even eat with his own family, and yeah, she's absolutely down bad. They pull Shino into the mix, and she hesitates hard, because yeah, this is family drama all over again. Inae's mom stares in disbelief, because the Kagura family's daughter is standing right here. My boy remembers this. The Kamui and Kagura families are basically sworn enemies, like cats and dogs that can't even look at each other. But Mom was totally cool. She swung the door open and welcomed them both in like they belonged there. Our dude is straight up chilling inside a classic Japanese-style home, just letting the vibe carry him. Out of nowhere, a wild grandpa barges in like chaos with a walking cane. He never gets rattled, but then this old man just strolls in and says he heard a Kagura's in town and wants to take a good look at her. He tells everyone to chill. He's got the whole deal figured out. Then he whips around to our guy and goes, "Yo, you've gotten way stronger these past few days." And our boy just smiles like, "Yeah, I have, so humble it's almost painful, like bro can't even brag." Just then, dinner is ready. Wait, her grandpa actually shows up for dinner with them, and that almost never happens. The whole fam is buzzing with joy because we finally get to eat with our boy again. Even his grandpa is pushing him to come by every single day, and it totally freaks the MC out. After a sweet, wholesome family dinner that feels like pure warmth, our boy walks the girls home with his heart pounding, thinking about how deeply he and his family love her. She breaks the silence, still buzzing with nerves from how scared she'd been. She asks our MC if he knows who that old man was, and boom, she reveals it's Kamui Jizu-sama, the absolute Chad everyone in the warrior families knows. Shino flat out tells you, ask who's the strongest man in Japan, and this grandpa's the name people throw out first. No exaggeration, he's basically the final boss. She whips around and grills him on what he's planning for tomorrow. He tells them, "I'm just gonna solo grind this dungeon for a while." Gino snaps back in outrage, cheeks puffed as she argues like she means it. He straight up orders them to parry up right now. He's already written her off, he just knows she's gonna ditch class. Then she hits you with the smoothest line of all. "As for me, I'd love to spend time with you, get it, girl?" Right before our dense MC can even think, Hina blurts that she'd probably break down if he left her behind. Like, bro, the Riz is unreal. And just like that, he finally gives in and agrees they're all heading to the dungeon together. Next day, the school drops the Explorer Special Curriculum bombshell, basically a hall pass that lets anyone skip class and head straight to the dungeon to grind. The teacher launches into a wild, heart-pounding speech about facing death head-on, like it's the only truth that matters. Our boy S buzzing because this is his ticket to leveling up way faster. In the middle of the lecture, Hina scrambles to grab his attention. He's desperate to talk, but he tells her to calm down and just listen, at least for now. So later, they link up on the rooftop. You know how Pops always shows up fashionably late, like clockwork. Turns out our boy used his legendary long-distance call skill to summon her right over. You pick the rooftop as their new lunch spot, and it feels like a power move. Inae flexes her ultimate waifu power because she's the one who packed bento boxes for everyone. No joke, her mom is an absolute goat. Right as they're about to dig into their food, our main character snaps and drops a bombshell. He's basically like Suo. Me and Shino teamed up as a party, and when Hina saw it, she was totally stunned. He keeps going, insisting they're going straight for the dungeon the moment this is over. Then he leans in and asks, "So, are you okay with it?" When you join our party, Hino freezes up, stammers, and blurts, "Wait, can this really be happening to me?" My body insists he'd feel 100 times better if she came along, but she's freaking out that she'll just be dead weight. She flashes a total troll smirk and says, "Tilda, you might be in the way, but..." That's all the push Hina needs. She snaps back, "No, that's not okay," and vows to go all out. She drops to her knees and practically pleads to be let in, swearing she'll never slow them down. You both swing the door wide and greet her like she's family. And just like that, Hina's tears spilled in pure joy, because the strongest party is finally, officially formed. 8. Then these totally random beaverwolf-looking creatures burst into the forest, and they start screaming at the top of their lungs. Hinata's scrambling out of the way like his life depends on it, but trust me, he's not the one they're hunting. It's tearing right past him, sprinting like it's got a target. He screams a warning at the team's real MVP, Hina, because that danger is barreling straight toward you. And Hina, she's not even sweating. She just stands there like she's about to clap some cheeks. She snaps her katana out and starts spitting off that KMU style like it's a whole new rulebook. Ro dives straight into her very first form. He unleashes a blazing blue flash. Monster never saw it coming, then everything went dark. He gets straight up, wiped from the server. Ice blasted through the air and smashed into it before it could even blink. That cat girl is out here hard simping. Like, bro, you're that strong even without cracking your real power, no cap. And that cameo family, yeah, they're built different. Hina flashes a sweet little thank you, and our guy watches from the side, already feeling downright useless. Catgirl refuses to back down, straight up gremlin mode, screaming, "All right, I can't lose either," as she squares up with the next wave of mobs. She snaps her weapon out like a warning, and the fight is about to explode. Then he throws everything he's got, swings for the fences. "I'll see you and help you break free from that chain." Yeah, my guy's a magic weapon forged from a monster named Nebula, so keep up, all right. Right when his brain is getting blown wide open, more mobs come crashing in. And those two op wafers are just demolishing everything in sight, effortless, like they're on rails. This totally wrecks our little Ballias straight into an existential meltdown. He's freaking out like, "The party members are way too strong. I haven't done anything. Is this even okay?" Bro, you're literally the designated luggage carrier, so deal with it. While the girls just sit there and chat away, they totally tune out his pathetic little pity party. He's straight up mouthing in the background, obsessing over how he can prove himself, taking monsters apart, hauling luggage, doing everything he can. Bros down asterisk terribly asterisk bad. Right then RN Justice shows up and blesses him. A notification blasts onto his screen, and suddenly his floor search powers get upgraded into a full surrounding search. And dude is straight up losing it. What is going on? I can literally see the entire dungeon layout. He snaps into a huge brainwave, spots a secret route with a boss and a treasure chest icon, and goes, "Yo, we're going, right now." He's convinced this is finally his shot to matter and contribute. How'd you know he was right? Because they just found the boss room. Catgirl is buzzing with energy, ready to sprint in right now, while the MC preens and thinks this floor search skill is straight up goated. But wait, Pina slams the brakes on the whole party. She strides up, snaps, "Boss, leave this to me. I'm taking point," then grins like she can't wait to see how her special training really holds up. Our boy finally gets it. She's talking about the ice god's blessing, the same power that's been wrecking her with pain, and he sees it clear as day. She's dead set on mastering it. He gives her the go-ahead with a sharp warning. "Yeah, go for it, but don't you dare overdo it." So Hina squares up against this huge, edgy shadow wolf. MC and the Catgirl dive back into back Hina up, shouting, "Hina, do your best. Like they mean it, we've got your back." The chill slams in, and ice starts creeping up around her boots. She's all in, she refuses to back down, determined to beat it and finally master the ice god's blessing. Meanwhile, MC finally realizes his passive skill can trap her wild cold aura, so it doesn't freeze them solid. Talk about the perfect use for him. Yenna feels a jolt of confidence, like she's finally stronger than ever. And yeah, because you totally guessed it, Hinata-kun is finally here. Bro really is built different, the ultimate buff machine. He storms in, fists clenched, ready to throw down and settle this right now. He screams for the ice god's blessing, and the wolf erupts with a roaring torrent of fire, only for Hina to slam up a wall of ice right in its path. All right, buckle up, this is the main event, Camus style, second form. He snaps his power loose, and a full-on glacier slams down, flash freezing the boss on the spot. That attack hits like a nightmare, massive enough to erase the wolf in an instant. All that remained was a cold trail of shimmering ice crystals. He's looking cold as ice, like seriously, it's literally freezing. The entire boss room has turned into a frozen wasteland. He exhales heavy and worn out, like the fight just drained him. Our boy just stands there, jaw dropped, completely shell-shocked, like his brain just short-circuited. What? He stares at the absolute Arctic tundra she carved out and finally gets it. This is what S-rank latent cold air really feels like. No kidding, Sherlock. Bro, our boy is completely rattled. Hina's just standing there like she owns this insane ice world. He shouts her name, fighting to reach her, but she stays miles away, just out of reach. Then she drops the emotional bomb, "Despear me now," and even though he saw it coming, it still smacks him like a truck. But now our MC.'s not built for that life. He clenches his fist hard, the promise blazing in his head, and he swears no matter what, he'll protect you. He yanks her into a full-on main character hug and tells her, "There's no way I'd ever hate you." He's like, "Hina, your power is insane, but the second it starts threatening someone you care about, I swear on everything, I'll keep you safe." Bro's going full power with the "trust me" speech. His hand starts glowing. "Oh, you know exactly what's coming, power-up time, baby." He clamps her in a tight grip and vows he'll take it all on with the op power he just unlocked. In his eyes, it all clicks. My girl finally spots a real shot at hope. Bam, my boy drops a brand new move, absolute ice dissolution, and it's an absolute flex. He tells her if this endless white world is your curse, then I'm gonna smash it to pieces. He keeps going because the real Hina isn't cold and lifeless at all. She's a stunning silver white beauty, so quit hesitating and press forward. And then he hits her with the ultimate Riz line, I'll always be right behind you, smooth as ice. And yeah, she's straight up crying tears of happiness. The waifu got what she wanted. Mission accomplished, my dude. Then we snap back to the real world. Shino's trying to redo the moment, shouting, I'll protect you, Shino-chan. But her friend grills her for botching the line. Nope, you're supposed to say Hinata Kun. And while that chaos goes down, our boy in the back is spiraling into a full-on existential crisis. He's spiraling like, did I really just say something that cringe? I need to delete that from my brain and from existence. And wow, he's asterisk so asterisk down bad that second-hand embarrassment is hitting like a truck. She knows the ultimate troll can get right up in his face like it's pure romance. So tell me, aren't you gonna protect me too? But our MC's not buying a thing. He snaps that he won't be tricked with eye drops again. She shows up with fake tears and double downs like a total legend. After all that chaos, Shino can't help but get curious. Like seriously, how in the world did you find the boss room? That's the kind of high-tier RNG luck people only pray for. Our MC freezes, stares at them, and blurts, wait, so you're not allowed to use floor exploration skills. Turns out those items are insanely rare and ridiculously expensive. But the girls are even more stumped. They stare at him like he's grown 3 heads and blurt out, okay, but what even is a skill? So they rush to the Camille household to pry out some answers. Where some old geezer pops up like, oh ho, so you've finally decided to chase the secret sauce, huh? The whole squad drops into their seats, and Hinata blurts that her grandpa might hold the answers about skills. That old man kicks off a super epic tale. Back in the day, people were out there grinding skills, one study at a time. And that's it, he just straight up stops. That's the only lesson I've got for you. The whole squad stares like, wait, are you kidding? What a troll. Then Grandpa drops a bombshell. After you marry Hinata is when you'll hear the real conversation, and our boy immediately short-circuits at the very thought of marriage. The old man goes stone-cold serious. Listen, kid, this isn't some joke. Skill info is a state secret, and I'm not spilling that to just anybody. But then he slaps the contract down. Still, if you sign on with the Camille families, the whole game changes. And you can practically see the gears grinding in RMC's head. He's really thinking about it. Yep, the marriage 4.0 skills pipeline is absolutely real. So our boy is sitting there grinning like he just crushed the universe after all that brutal grinding. He's been stuck in the E90 dungeon every single day, and at last the RNG gods smiled, dropping his very first rare item, a freaking potion, and yeah, he's damn happy about it. Right as he's admiring his loot, bam, someone knocks at the door. It's Atakin, and she looks like she fought a truck for 10 rounds and won. Turns out her squad finally carved up the D86 boss, and now they're gearing up to smash through a C3 dungeon next. This girl does not play. My dude is straight up rattled, because that C-rank dungeon already hits hard, and she just waves it off like, even with a strong party, if you're a squishy backline class, you're still gonna get battered. Then boom, she slams him with a curveball. Hey, got a sec, come to my room after I shower. While he's stuck waiting, our main character whips out Potion Master and dives straight in. He whips up a fresh cup of tea, then drops in one tiny drop of his super rare potion. He hypes this potion tea as the hidden ingredient, claiming it's ripped straight from his fake mom's secret recipe book. This guy's an absolute menace. He heads straight to her room, and you can tell she's wildly grateful. She takes one sip and boom, her fatigue evaporates like it never existed, while he keeps his cool, swearing it's only his parents' favorite tea, smooth like a pro. He seizes the moment and brings up the C-rank dungeons, insisting he just wanted her to unwind for a bit. That's peak Chad energy, he told her, straight up, not to burn herself out. He's totally locked in with the vibes. Then she flips it back on him, saying she's more worried about him being taken in, because good people get fooled way too easily. So yeah, bro, she's basically calling you a gullible simp. Later on Saturday, Mike Guy is gearing up to bolt out the door. A notification pops up on his phone. Ryachan sends a message. This hits him like a wave, bam, flashback time, and 3 whole weeks have already gone by. He's locked on a picture of his little sister, Rin, like it's the only thing that matters. He remembers storming out for Station High, and the way she broke down crying, and now big bro guilt crushes him, convinced he's nothing but a burden. This is it, the classic shonen backstory bomb just hit. He clenches his fist, and it's like, I've got to get stronger right now. I've got to power up for Amato, no excuses. Right as he's about to leave, he slams into his party, Hina and Shino. They're absolutely hyped to dive into the dungeon and grind out nonstop. They all piled onto a jam-packed bus, and my dude got trapped in the legendary harem protagonist sandwich, wedged between two lifeless wafers. And then right in the back, some random NPCs start running their mouths and trash-talking like they own the place. Two beauties paired up with that lame guy, and yeah, he's definitely fronting the bill. These guys aren't kidding, the salt is real. This blonde menace is locking them in with a straight-up death stare. Boom, the future rival has officially awakened. As soon as they step off the bus, Hina's fury hits. Those comments have her steaming. But it's Shino who detonates completely. About what went down on the bus earlier. She erupts into a full-on rant, screaming that Hin Atakin is the leader of their party. Meanwhile, my dude just stands there frozen like, hold up, I'm the leader, Elmo. Shino's not buying it at all. She's not about to forgive some random total stranger who has no clue what he's talking about. She's down bad. Our MC doesn't let it get awkward. He flashes a 1,000-watt grin and goes, "Thanks, I'm just really happy you two think of me like that." And just like that, both girls are totally flustered and blushing like crazy. Mission accomplished. Right before they step into the dungeon, he slams on the brakes and stops them. He yanks a code out and tosses it to Hina. She looks totally baffled. It's warm outside, so what gives? And he finally explains that the D46 dungeon isn't icy weather at all. It's a full-on snowfield. Shino shrugs off the chill like it's nothing, but she can't, so the second it hits, Shino's jealousy spikes and she's pouting like a storm brewing. She goes full tsundere and snaps that, to keep the party together, everyone's wearing a fluffy coat. Somehow her logic hits harder than it should. MC lets out a heavy sigh, then gives in. Yeah, let's do it your way, Shino. The moment she wins him over, he ruffles her hair with a quick head pat. One move hits her like a lightning strike, shuts her brain down instantly, so he scrambles to cover it up like it was just a reflex. He tells her she looks just like his little sister, and that has to be the worst excuse he could possibly come up with. Hina heard it and zipped right up to him, boldly demanding her own head pat. He finally gives up and pats her on the head too, like, yeah, that official party head powder, apparently. With everything finally settled, the girls whip into their winter gear, right out in the open. Or the MC is losing it, screaming at them, "What are you doing?" Gino just shrugs and tells him, like it's no big deal, "Listen, get used to this, explorer." Hina points out that in dungeons, clothes and armor get torn to shreds all the time anyway, because the story demands it. That jolt locks him into serious mode. Yeah, he gets it now. This isn't some game, because one careless mistake can get you killed. And just as he's hitting that dramatic peak, the girls burst in wearing the cutest, fluffiest bunny getups, complete with those adorable barrier coats. Suho, tell me, doesn't this fluffy look make it even cuter? He straight up wrecked his immersion. Now my man is just staring, utterly speechless. Alright, the whole squad rolls up to snowy Wasteland D, and the cold hits so hard it feels like it's got teeth. Shino wastes no time. She instantly starts freezing her butt off on you. Yeah, the ground's wrecked. Everyone's slipping and sliding like it's a skating rink from hell. But Hinata is just vibing, gushing that this is insanely exciting because his hometown never sees snow. Like, bro, read the room. The girls are buzzing with excitement. They can't wait to build a snowman, and it's ridiculously cute. And bam, those chill vibes get shattered. Monsters close in on all sides. She's ready to throw down the second Hinata's op monster analysis, lights up, Kurna's weak to wind, and it topples, dropping a magic stone like easy loot. And just like that, the wafers kick into action. She zips in and grabs a clean slice. That blonde bombshell isn't playing around either. She just lands another brutal one-shot. Look at that textbook form, like it's about to spell out the next big move. Now it's RMC's move. He squares up and faces the last wolf head-on. He winds up for a brutal punch, face dead serious. Boom, 1 second of power, and the monster detonates into a blizzard of ice cubes, leaving the girls absolutely rattled. My man just stands there, dead calm, like nothing at all ever happened. He's like, wait, did we just delete everyone in one shot? Are we really the most op party alive? And the girls just go, yeah. Then bam, we get hit with a cringe flashback where he's a complete slowpoke, getting yelled at because he takes forever to dismantle the monsters. Some other chat adventurer started roasting him. Don't slow us down, you're just the porter. And damn, he looked completely down bad. In the present, the girls are swapping stories about how porters get crushed by life. Then they make it clear they've got his back. Our boy is still replaying how insanely efficient that other dude was, and then the girls step in and tell him, just be careful. They just keep scrubbing floors while handling those frog monsters, like the girls are terrified of them, and it's honestly hilarious. They finally hit floor 3, and the snow's gone absolutely feral, worse than ever. The squad starts trading battle plans, then locks in on counters, because dodging around is just too damn exhausting. What do you know, right as I blink, a miniboss spawns in. It's a towering armored ape monster, the Galug, and the whole place panics when Hinata's analysis finally cracks it open. Its weakness is wind. The Galug isn't messing around. He slams the ground so hard it blasts ice everywhere. But Shino strides forward and tells Hinata, "Leave it to us." The blonde nods and admits, "We were basically dead weight on the last floor, now it's our turn to shine." The girls hurl themselves forward on the bet. Have you ever seen that sick dodge when a massive punch is coming straight at them? Lidri lunged past the beast, slipping through like a flash. She snaps her chain weapon out in a blur. He lunges in and swings for the kill. Meanwhile, the blonde zeroes in and dodges that massive claw swipe like a total boss. And Shino snaps into full-on demon mode. Yeet's head gets cleanly chopped off, and the whole thing explodes into a violent kaboom. Nadia is completely blown away by how perfectly they sync up. The girls are losing their minds with joy, absolutely buzzing off their victory. Our boy tosses out the props at just the right moment, and boom, every single person's grinning like crazy. But you can literally see it. His fist is clenched, and you can tell a whole storm of thoughts is crashing through him. They finally reach the boss room waiting area, and of course, there are some smug hater NPCs lounging around like they own the place. They instantly start gossiping up a storm, eyeing that rich kid like he's got two beauties hanging on his arm. The trash talk keeps rolling in, calling the girls top tier and spilling thirsty lines, and the girls aren't letting any of that slide. Hinata barrels in, trying to herd his furious party straight into the boss room. But Shino is about to absolutely lose it on these randoms for blurting that crap out loud. They burst into the boss room, and a hulking boar monster barrels toward them. The girls are still furious, but Hinata's like, "Forget it, let's take down this boss," and he tags his skill ID as a Shiragaki. He gives the signal, and his two furious waifus surge in at full speed, desperate to unleash their anger on the boss. They start fighting, and our MCE spirals straight into an existential crisis. He's staring at the fact that they're close right now, but what if that gap keeps widening? Will they even need him anymore when he falls behind? And yeah, insecurity's eating him alive. He's learned one hard truth about this world: the level gap decides everything. He still remembers how they doubted their place in his old party, and now he's pulling the same doubts onto himself. Suddenly, a strange voice detonates inside his mind. "Suzuki Hinata, are you ready to accept your fate?" He's basically giving advice, but this time it's different. There's a woman's voice, and he starts panicking, scrambling to figure out exactly who's on the other end. He's so distracted, he forgets the fight is even happening. And just like that, the girls are already clapping and roaring for the boss, yet he's still totally zoned out. They demand why he looks wrecked when they did all the work, and he just waves it off, then snarls at them to start looting. They're just thrilled to help, and he flashes a smile right back at them. A close-up locks on the blonde's eyes. She's clearly clocked that something's not right. They teleport out. The same hater NPCs from before are totally stunned, like, "No way, what did we just witness?" The salt hits different, real, and brutal. They start hurling flames at him again, calling him a pathetic explorer who just stood on the sidelines while the girls tore into the fight. They basically say it's all about money. If you're rich, you can charm girls into giving you whatever you want, even while they complain and our squad walks away.